Healing, not hatred. That was America's president, Donald J. Trump's message to the world in light of the massive protests, riots, and looting that are being done in the name of George Floyd. Or at least it would have been if Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram didn't remove his campaign video and censor him. Declared war on President Trump. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on The Verge, we're going to take a look at this story, what exactly Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram did, and the video, because I've seen some of the footage, and it is actually a really good video with a really powerful message. But Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram removed a Trump campaign video over a supposed copyright complaint, aka someone wanted it censored. The 4-minute video included images of George Floyd and protesters. Now, we're going to take a look at this, but before we do, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications for new content. And if you're a regular viewer, do you ever feel the call to knighthood? Introducing the new Deus Vult Knight Classic t-shirt, an impeccable design of a glorious knight standing on the battlefield. The shirt is available now. Link will be down below. Shipping cost is included. Get yours today. So Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram have basically declared war on the president. Social media companies aren't supposed to take sides, but apparently they're siding against President Trump. It wasn't just one of them. You know, I expect this sort of thing from Twitter because Twitter has shown that it is vastly anti-conservative, anti-Trump for one. But Facebook and Instagram too? Absolutely ridiculous. But what is this footage? What is this video they didn't want you to see? We're going to take a look, folks. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram have all removed a Trump campaign video from their platforms after receiving copyright complaints, Reuters reported. Thankfully, the video was not censored on YouTube. Let's take a look.
I understand the pain that people are feeling. The death of George Floyd was a grave tragedy. It should never have happened. It has filled Americans all over the country with horror, anger, and grief. We support the right of peaceful protesters, and we hear their pleas. The voices of law-abiding citizens must be heard, and heard very loudly.
So clearly there's nothing in this video that's bad. Trump is expressing sympathy and empathy for George Floyd, for the tragedy, and for the peaceful protests. And yes, Americans do have a right under the Constitution to peacefully protest. So why do you think that they got this video taken down? Why were the liberals and the leftists and the SJWs and the far left extremists triggered by this video so much that they hit Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to take the video down? Well, what do you think?
We will stand with the family of George Floyd, with the peaceful protesters, and with every law-abiding citizen who wants decency, civility, safety, and security. But what we are now seeing on the streets of our cities has nothing to do with justice or with peace. The memory of George Floyd is being dishonored by rioters, looters, and anarchists. The violence and vandalism is being led by Antifa and other radical left-wing groups who are terrorizing the innocent, destroying jobs.
Did this for no reason.
Oh my God. And Trump calls out Antifa, the far left extremists, and the people that are mostly responsible for these riots and these protests. Now, I want to make the point that these protests, these riots, these lootings have not been peaceful. They've not been peaceful at all. I've showed this earlier in previous videos, but these are the 17 people who have died in the protests and in the riots so far. And you see a collection of individuals, and notice, a lot of the victims of these riots are minority individuals. One of them was retired police captain David Dorn. I made an entire video about him. That video has a link to his memorial fund. This is serious, folks. Innocent people are dying in these riots, and the perpetrators most of the time are not police, but other people from these protests and from these riots? What good has it done? Burning things down, burning down the city, looting stores, destroying the community. It has only caused harm and trouble. And Trump is rightfully calling this out.
The mobs are devastating the life's work of good people and destroying their dreams.
I worked so hard to get here. So hard.
It harms those who have the least. We cannot and must not allow a small group of criminals and vandals to wreck our cities and lay waste to our communities. Healing, not hatred, justice, not chaos, are the mission at hand. I stand before you as a friend and ally to every American seeking justice and peace. No one is more upset than fellow law enforcement officers by the small handful who fail to abide by their oath to serve and protect. We support the overwhelming majority of police officers who are incredible in every way and devoted public servants. We must all work together as a society to expand opportunity and to create a future of greater dignity and promise for all of our people.
And as you can see, it's a rather beautiful video. Actually, it's got a really good message. It's a message of peace, literally a message advocating for peace, advocating for nonviolence, advocating for peaceful protest, and showing support for everyone, for the people impacted by this, for minority communities, condemning the few who are bad, and making the point that this is a good video and it's got a good message. Why do you think that the far left wanted it to be taken down? Because it hurts their narrative. You see, the leftists who got this taken down, they're the ones rioting, they're the ones looting, and they're the ones destroying your community, burning them down. So this isn't about copyright or anything like that. First of all, everything in this video is covered under fair use. This is about abusing the copyright system to censor a political message. That, my friends, is not only scummy, I think it might actually be criminal.
But that means building up, not tearing down. Joining hands, not hurling fists. Standing in solidarity, not surrendering to hostility. This is the sacred right of all Americans that I am totally determined to defend and will defend.
This is honestly one of the best campaign videos that I've seen from Trump for a long time. It low-key reminded me a bit of Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator speech. The mainstream media has been bashing Trump, claiming that he's not the type of man who wants to unify America and has been failing to do so. But look at this. Look at this article on The Intelligencer. Cringe to your name, bro. June 1st, 2020. Don't expect any big unifying speech from Trump. That's not who he is. The mainstream media in this country is so deranged, and they suffer from so much Trump derangement syndrome, they actually believe that he's some sort of big, bad orange man, and that he doesn't want to unify people. But lo and behold, days after they said that he would never give a unifying speech, he gave a unifying speech. Now, isn't it convenient that the media can say, oh, Trump's not trying to unify the country, but then when he does, they take down his speech. They take down his video. So here you can see on Twitter, this is where the video was posted. You can see Team Trump. We are working toward a more just society, but that means building up, not tearing down. Joining hands, not hurling fists. Standing in solidarity, not surrendering to hostility. And you can see the original video, but it was, in fact, taken down. It no longer exists because the left shut it down. Of course they shut it down. It calls them out for the destruction they've wrought, and it calls for unity. That's like a double whammy for the leftist political faction in this country. So Donald Trump posted this tweet. We're going to read that tweet first, and then we're going to read Jack Dorsey's response. So Donald J. Trump says, Twitter pulls campaign video of president showing empathy for peaceful protesters. And he links the following article. They are fighting hard for the radical left Democrats. A one-sided battle. Illegal. Section 230. And he posted this article here talking about censorship. And how did Jack Dorsey respond? He said, "Not true and not illegal. This was pulled because we got a DMCA complaint from the copyright holder." It's called fair use. Really convenient, Jack Dorsey. Really convenient. Not only are you interfering in an American election, you're literally talking out of your ass, okay? Because it's called fair use. Everything in Donald Trump's video is fair use. Everything in my video is fair use. And Twitter, Instagram, and not YouTube, no platform has a right to take down my video. And I'm not even the president. So if they don't have a right to take down my video, you can sure as hell bet they don't have a right to take down Trump's video. Mark Dice replies to Jack Dorsey, "Jack, why was this terrorist threat left up for days, only to be removed by the user himself, who then deleted his account to hide his tracks?" And of course you see someone threatening to burn down the White House, essentially calling for violence, which is against Twitter's TOS. Of course they weren't censored. Imagine being so arrogant and so high on power just because you run a cringy social media platform that you think you can challenge the President of the United States and censor him. A lot of these leftist lunatics who run these big tech companies, their only goal in life is to destroy all conservatives, censor conservatives, and take down the big bad orange man. People on YouTube know just how often DMCA is abused. It's honestly a nonsensical law pushed by big corporations with a lot of money to stifle free use, to crush the little guy, and they regularly abuse this all the time, especially on YouTube. So Facebook says, quote, "Organizations that use original art shared on Instagram are expected to have a right to do so." The spokesperson said that YouTube did not remove a version of the video from its platform, saying it did not contain the content that violated the copyright. As of Saturday morning, the YouTube version of the video has nearly 500,000 views. It's fair use. They're not profiting off of the artwork. They're not even claiming to have created the artwork. If I go outside and I take a picture of graffiti, that's not copyright infringement. I'm not selling that graffiti. I just don't buy this whole thing because we've seen it before where they'll file a copyright claim and then they'll get videos censored and taken down. For example, Michael Moore. I don't even like the guy, but his new documentary got taken down because some environmental activist said, "Oh no, that was my copyright. I want it taken down." And he got it censored. So the story finishes off by saying it wasn't clear who filed the copyright complaint about the video, titled "Healing Not Hatred." Last month, Twitter applied the labels of two of President Trump's tweets, one that used the phrase, "When the looting starts, the shooting starts," for glorifying violence. Now, this was nonsense because Trump wasn't saying that if you loot, we're going to shoot. What he was saying was, once you start looting, other people will start shooting, namely from the community defending their own stores. And he was saying, do not loot. That's not glorifying violence. That's a complete and utter lie. And Twitter's made it really clear just how tone deaf they actually are. And they censored another tweet for being potentially misleading about mail-in voting. He made the point that mail-in voting can be easily cheated. And we've seen cases where this has happened before. So Trump later issued an executive order governing how websites can moderate content. So this could be the beginning of further regulation for social media companies, and I really hope it comes. I really hope that Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I hope they all get put in their place, punished severely, and fixed. Because I'm tired of this censorship. I'm tired of this censorship. But you know what, my friends? That's pretty much the story. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram literally interfering in an American election. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? What do you think about the video? I actually thought it was very good. I see nothing wrong with this campaign video, and I honestly believe that it's protected under fair use. This is just censorship. That's all it is. Now, if you want to support the work I do, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar for as low as $1. Joining will give you access to a private Discord server where you can reach me directly and send me stories. If you want to donate, there's currently DonorBox and Bitcoin. All those links are down below in the description. And if that isn't your style, consider buying some merch. I've got t-shirts, sweaters, as well as pins, notebooks, and even stickers. Check out the new design Deus Vult Night. Beautiful, impeccable artwork. And of course, if you like this video, consider giving it a share. Spread those red pills. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.